Why hello there, and welcome back to Some Weirdo on the Internet Reviews Obscure Role-Playing Games Supplements. It's a new thing I'm doing. And to start off that new thing, we have Fungi of the Far Realms from the Melsonian Arts Council. Now, from the title, you might assume this is just a collection of fantasy fungi, and that is exactly what this is. I was actually sent this copy, and am incredibly thankful for that, because this is something that would have never been on my radar, and I am so glad now that I know it exists and have it. So let's take a look at this book. And here is the thing, Fungi of the Far Realms. First note, this cover is screen printed. This is brown paper with the graphics printed directly on it instead of just a regular printed cover, and I think it might be the only role-playing book I've ever seen go to that much effort just for the cover. Inside, we have a short introduction, followed by all of the mushrooms. So many fungi. Everything from normal mushrooms like this Big Thomas, all the way to very weird ones like this hyper mushroom, which is a purely hypothetical mushroom that exists in higher spatial dimensions. Each fungus has an illustration, a listed habitat, description, and various notes, a flavor and mouthfeel, and an aroma, as well as a 3-digit code up here so that you can randomly generate a random fungus. So let's take our D6 and 3, 6, 4. Forgot to mention, that means there are 6 times 6 times 6 different fungi in this book, plus an additional 4 because I guess that wasn't enough for them, so 220 total fungi. Then we'll open the book and go to 3, 6, 4. And we have this leper oak, which lives in oak trees, although similar crust fungi grow in many trees, is a whitish, blotchy crust that forms on living bark, renders lumber unusable, and infected trees are aggressively removed from the population by most woodsmen. Traditionally, the infected oak was believed to be responsible for its own sad fate. Its flavor is indistinct but with a vague nutty finish, and it has an aroma of almonds. So yeah, that is pretty much what this book is. It is just a collection of fungus. From normal to weird to everything in between, like parasitic fungus and fungal infections. This book has everything. It is completely system-agnostic, so you can use all these fungi in whatever game you are playing. And yeah, here at the back, we have an appendix that gives some more information on some of the specific fungi, including a table for randomly determining which animal spirit guides will appear after consuming a specific hallucinogenic mushroom. And of course, if you take other hallucinogenic mushrooms, another appendix on poisons, including a big table of various hallucinations. And then also, let's see, section on fungal infections and a little bit on fungiculture. So pretty much this book here has got you covered for fantasy fungi. It's the only fantasy fungi book you would ever need. I mean, you probably wouldn't need a fantasy fungi book, but if you did, this thing right here. And that was Fungi of the Far Realms, a book that has no business being as good as it is. This is what happens when you have a weird idea and just give it 100%. I literally have nothing bad to say about this book. It is an absurdly specific topic for a book, and something that you would never need. That's what makes it fun. It's a collection of fantasy fungi. You don't need that, you want it. And 220 of them, each with descriptions and illustrations, habitat, flavors, aromas. This thing does not need to be as thorough as it is, and yet it is. And honestly, this is probably the nicest looking book I own. Not like the nicest looking role-playing book, just the nicest looking book, period. And I have a lot of books. So overall, just an incredibly specific book, done incredibly well, and something I would recommend picking up if you would fancy this kind of thing. If for no other reason than to see your players' reactions when you pull out this absurdly fancy book of fantasy fungi and tell them that they've found musical mushrooms with an indistinct aroma and a flavor that adds depth to soups and stews. This thing is ridiculous and I love it. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit all of the lovely buttons, like, subscribe, etc. And if there's anything you think I should check out, let me know about it in the comments. I'm doing supplements now. I mean, I prefer weird ones, so, you know, let me know about the weird ones. And I will see you next time.